Hi, everyone, and welcome to the TimingResearch.com Analyze Your Trade for February 15th, 2022. We are recording this at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is episode number 187. My name is David Kosmeter. I'm the creator of Timing Research, and today we will be discussing the trade ideas that were submitted to the survey this morning, or over the last few days. And today I've arranged for ProTrader Mike to join us as our guest today. And the option professor is back to moderate. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him.
Okay, great everybody to be here. We had a good day for the bulls, nice big swing to the upside, and a lot of stocks were on the move. So Trader Mike is certainly going to be able to give us some insight on a lot of stuff here. And then at the end of the broadcast, he'll explain how to get a hold of him to get further updates on things. But before we get started, Mike, could you give a little background on yourself and a little bit of background on the company?
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys see my screen, right?
Yeah, yep. I see it.
Yep. Perfect. 60-minute.
Yeah, 60-minute chart on that E. Let me head to the, let's check out what they do on what they did today, of course, and then we'll change time frames. But ProTrader Mike is founder of Mojo Day Trading. For the last 30 years, I've traded stocks. I was an original SOS trader, Instanet trader, been in the gamut of every market cycle up and down. And in 2010, from working for the man for so many years, I decided, you know what, I can give out better stock picks online than most of these guys. Built up a beautiful following. The rest is history. I run one of the largest day trading chat rooms on Discord. I've taught thousands of traders worldwide how to trade stocks for a living, day trading and swing trading. And you have me here today lending you, in my opinion, my expertise on buy, sell, and hold on your list of stocks to educate and entertain the audience. So let's knock it out of the park and do that today, guys.
Okay. And of course, we'll get to some of your picks, which are always very interesting as well. So let's start out, though. The first one is letter E.
I got that, letter E. So letter E right here, I'm starting on the daily chart. Looks kind of gappy. I don't really know a lot about the stock, but it seems to gap up and down every single morning, which is kind of, there's no congruent chart pattern on this right here. Is this an international stock?
What punching it up here, it's yeah, it looks like it might be. It's an ADR, right?
It looks like it trades like an ADR, how it does this. So you see
volume
this, like,
today was 414,000. So it's not terrible, but it's not great, right?
Yeah, it's not my kind of stock or my cup of tea. When I look at something like this, that could, you know, take my money and surprise me in all these gaps without being able to take action in between. They're kind of making the decision for you. I kind of don't like that. It's kind of like crap shooting. You know, am I betting on black or red? And you don't really have an edge. It's just a guess. So from here, my guess would kind of be, since the trend is down and the stochastics are heading lower under 20% down here, that it's going to continue and head down, maybe to test the bottom of this bar right here at 29. And then the top of that one also is 29. So possibly come down to these two bars right here. 28.44 is the low. So you could see a bounce off, you know, right under 29 and back up. It seems like it's triangling back and forth.
This company, just a quick cliff notes on it. It's a very large Italian oil and gas company. Market cap's 36 billion. So obviously it got tagged today because the entire sector of oil got tagged, right?
Yeah, but it already went up. So it already created, it's got this whole room of window right here. You could see it already made a move. I actually have in my swing trading portfolio right here, these are my swing picks that I took in the same industry from my January 30th newsletter. PED oil and gas went from 115 to 155. JCS from 196 to 235. Ring Energy from 255 to 305. And WTI offshore from 417 to 455. Every one of them is in the oil and gas industry because they all did great last week. So I was confined to that. That's why those stocks did well. But, you know, every industry is cyclical. It has its run and then it moves out of cycle and another industry replaces it. So that's what I'm expecting. Let's move on.
And you,
to the next.
in your case, you wouldn't go over to Rome, Italy looking for oil companies?
No, not today. I'd say last couple of days ago, maybe right down here in December 20th range was the time to book a flight towards there and run that baby up. But not up at these particular levels. You're already in the clouds, 30,000 feet.
Well, the next one's another one that's not exactly mainstream as far as I know. It's SP Plus, which is a provider of parking facility management services. So
SP
I know it costs a
Plus,
lot. I know
see
it costs a lot to park back east. Maybe it's a good thing, huh?
2762 by 2804 on 52,000 shares, up 2.9%. Kind of light volume on a $28 stock. Not the kind of thing I'd like to be in. Nothing in the level 2 shows me anything because there's a move from 28 to 30 on 400 shares. So that's a 2-point move. Let's look at the chart. Chart kind of tells me really nothing either. It's 27.
Do you want to explain a little bit about the lines? Are they the cloud or what are they?
I'll show you right here. Let me do a little draw. So I see right here, this is the gap that got filled. So let's draw a line across here to 30. So everything's happening under here. You have kind of a cup, but a really long handle. Handles don't usually go down that far.
Right.
I'm looking at the 80% on the stochastics. Nothing's doing anything here. It just tells me it's made a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the triangle here, and this is the triangle here. So it's really come right back up to here, maybe in this 29 range, and triangle back up and make another triangle. But that's all it's doing right here. I don't see anything in this stock. Low volume, no catalyst, move on. Not my kind of cup of tea.
Yeah, is it a situation where it has ever been way up? Because it doesn't sound like the most exciting business. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't see any volume ever on the stock. Nothing consistent. A lot of green, red, green. A lot of more reds than greens on the volume. Top trade never traded. Only one day it spiked up at 200,000 shares, but it was a big red day and it was a dollar move on the downside. So nothing about this is I'm liking unless I buy it here and it pays me 10% dividend a month, or you can do some covered calls on it for a big premium. Not interested.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we're back on the mainstream here. Yeah, there was no volume today, 37,000. So this must be a very special company to somebody. Apple, AAPL.
Apple,
yeah.
AAPL looks 170 range. Actually got a little cup forming right here. So you got a little cup and handle right there. She could go back up into 180 and test. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top. Every one of these is in the same price range within 50 cents. There's no way it is going above that mark. If it does, it'll be the biggest short squeeze from 184 to 194 and look to test 200 again. But I'd say the risk is way more, and that ceiling, there's no way it's going to get penetrated. And you're looking, watch the prices. You ready? 182.94, 182.88 by 6 cents, 182.13, 50-cent difference. Told you, look at this one, 181.33, 182.13, 50-cent difference. Look at this one, the top of this one, same thing, 30 to 40-cent difference, 20-cent difference from that, but they're all exactly the same. Everyone's stuck up here at 182, 182, 182, and the high of 182.13, 182.88, and 182.94. So those are the triggers right here, these two bars. It's doing nothing until it gets to there.
And that white line that's going across the top, you think that could be a ceiling around 178, 177.5?
Yeah, it looks like it is right there. If we take this little area right here where it's been in, it's got to get above that.
Yeah.
So I'd say, you know, that's going to knock its head against that ceiling, and that's been there a couple of times already.
Yeah.
Many times.
It would need quite a catalyst to probably get through there.
Yeah, it would need some sort of catalyst because there's a lot of this happening here on the chart. This is the old trend. Draw it again. So this is freaking old news right here. That's old news. This is new news. So what's the trend now? The trend's your friend. Stocks in motion, stay in motion.
Yep.
So if it triangles, it'll triangle down to here and fill in this whole triangle. So it'll go all the way up to the top, all the way down to the bottom, and that's 140. I could see it going there.
Yeah, under certain circumstances, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you're right here.
Um,
So you're at a teeter totter. It's 170 now.
Yeah.
Is it going to 150 down 20 points, or is it going to 190 up 20 points? Throw your bet out, brother.
Yeah. Do your straddle or strangle, man.
I think it's this one on the way down.
Yeah. Next one is about interest rates. And this is for people who want to continue to beat on the interest rate market. Are they a little
TBT?
bit late to this game? TBT.
TBT.
It's already gone from 16 to
Yeah.
20, and
Yeah.
people are trying to figure out if this is a.
It's a good one, brother.
Yeah.
So this one right here is what you call in rail grind. See how it's above the 80% right here on the stochastics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to sell this stock until it comes down. Right here's a sell, right here's a sell, right here's a sell. So if you come back here, here's the sell bar that created that. See it?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So you made a run from here, you chair lifted up, and you made it higher, and you were done here. So that run was from here in this base. You were right. It broke out through this base. It went up here. You made a beautiful run. And when it stopped there, you were over. It did it again here. So you were in here, riding it up. It went through 80% right here, and it was done right there. So that done bar is this bar right here. So you rode it from here, added on that one, and made a nice move up again until the play was over. When it crossed there, and when it crosses, dude. Look, it did it here too. It did it here too, which was the top of this one. It did it here too, which was the top of that one. But you got able to stay in it this whole time. See, a chair lifts up, it goes through this bar, stays in, stays in, stays in till right here, which is these two bars. So you were able to stay in it this whole time.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing here. So it's going to stay up here the whole time until this thing comes down through 80%. Who knows? Dude,
Well, we
this
got a
thing-
Fed meeting on March 16th, and we are now around May 15th. So if in the next couple of weeks, it kind of stalls up here and these numbers catch up to each other.
The history pattern is it doesn't stay up there for a long time.
Right.
It's quick lived. Once it stays up there, it looks like
Right.
they kill it down. There are some, like once it stays up here, let me show you. I'm bringing over the Mojo chat room, okay?
Uh-huh.
So this is my university channel. Look, you see how it chair lifts up and it goes into the rail grind right here. This is on Beckett at $8. Beckett's $8.50 now. Okay, watch. See how it chair lifts up and it goes through. This went from 40 to 42.20. That's SQQ. Let me show you this one right here. This is a Tesla. Look at this one. See how long it trail and it stays in there on the 15-minute? Look at that. This went from $4 to $10 a share because it stays above that 80%. And if you didn't monitor it like that, you would have probably sold it at 5, at 6, at 7, at 8, at 9. This thing went up 300%. Look at this one, Tesla. It went through 1100. Chair lifted, it stayed in this rail grind for so long. It went from 1100 to 1200 in one day. 153-point move. How can you make a move like that in one day? Is if you use the stochastic slow and it rail grinds up on the chairlift into that upper bar and stays there. That's how you do winners. So that's what I'm looking for in these charts and what you guys are showing me right now.
Sure.
Cool. Let's move to the next.
Yeah. Let's go to the next guy. MU is Micron, right?
Yep.
This one should look pretty good.
It does. It's up. It's in the rail grind on the daily. So look, it chair lifted up. You're in it right now. You're at 96.0%. It's got to fall 16 points on the stochastics to go under 80. It's 96. And that's because it closed right here with what's called a Marabuzu bar. No wick. It closed right at the top. So odds are it's going to go through $100 in Heinz. It's going to go through like Apple. See, Apple was like that. I showed you all those tops right here that if ever got there, it could go through. This is there. This one is going to pop through, dude, and go through 100. I'm right now 96%, actually 96.04% sure it's going to go through 100. At 97, there's a 97% chance. At $99, guys, you should be all in. It's going to go through 100, 99% chance. What's the next one?
Next guy up is Bank of America.
BAC, and these are just my opinions. Trends down, stochastics are low. Doesn't look like anything but a bad trend. Here we go. So you got the stochastics are under 20%. Trend is lower. She's filling in a triangle, probably going to come down, not to the wick, but the 44 and fill in this triangle right here because you have it right here and you have it right here.
Yeah, a lot of them seem to be going up and there's some resistance above.
Yeah.
You know, that's what seems like going on right now. The net, NET. That's
NET, yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good on a nice cup and handle. Looks like it's found its bottom and its selling's over. So if they could turn around with some good earnings or a catalyst, she could spark up. You got a nice little cup and handle right there. Look what happened on the last cup and handle right here.
Yeah.
Took off to the moon, 2 phases. Look at this rail grind, bro. Boom. Chair lifted up on the rail grind right here. I call it the rail grind. Went up over 80% and stayed in there.
Right.
Pretty much all the way into there. Kind of was a sell right here at the first stage. But then it went down and it stayed up again in there. So you got 2 runs out of that. That was a long one right here. So I like this one. This one could totally rail grind up. So we're in the chairlift now. See? You know, when you take a chairlift skiing, everyone's in there.
Yeah, I get the
Look,
idea.
we're in there. We're about halfway up the mountain right now. That's all.
Hey, when stocks trend, there's nothing wrong with that, huh?
Dude, we're not chairlifting down the mountain right there.
Right.
I like the chair. Look, here we chairlift up the mountain, see? And then you go in skiing right here and you ski as long as it stays above the line. You could ski for a pretty long time. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, short interest isn't huge. It's a little under 5%, but 5% is still a decent size when you have a market cap of 33 billion, you know?
And they're involved in internet and cloud, I bet, because the name of it's net. So
oh yeah, definitely.
What's the next one?
BDTC, that's Bobby Thomas Charlie.
Not Bitcoin,
Bitcoin.
GBTC. I bet they meant GBTC, Bitcoin Trust. That's the GBTC.
Well, this is a Bitcoin group, so I guess it's a different issue.
Yeah, BTC don't come up as a symbol.
It doesn't?
No.
'Cause I got it here, traded at 99 bucks, down 240 today, which is weird. And there's there's no volume on it. So there is this thing out there, but I think what you're talking about is, you're talking about this one. Yeah, you're talking about it.
Doesn't come up on my screen because there's no volume on it.
Right.
So it's that same person who did the what was it? The SP stock has the BTC stock. He just stuck them in 6 slots later.
Well, no problem with volume on this one. 3.5 million. So
let me pull it up on
what we're doing here.
Let me pull it up on Yahoo.
Had a 6% move today.
40. Oh, it's Bitcoin. It's 44,000. Bitcoin's doing nothing. This is stabilization here. It's cement. 42, 40,000, 45, 41. It's cement. I'd look at ETH. ETHC, which is the Ethereum Trust, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, ETHE, right here, which is 2670. A nice cup and handle. Ethereum is going to make a parabolic move, in my opinion, and go up 30% in one move overnight.
Yeah, because it's up 11% today, so that's a good move.
It's going to go 3,000. It's going to be up 3. It's going to go from 3,000 or 4,000 at trigger at one of those moves through the even keel, and it's going to go up 30% in one move, which is 1,200 points. Make it set a new high at 5,200, and then sky's the limit. Ethereum will be next, and then some of the more other powerful coins that are going to drive the metaverse and the DeFi space are going to follow it. And I traded 2 of them today. One of them is called BKKT, Bocht Holdings. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Better ask somebody, baby. Here we go. Bocht. Look at this move up, trending up beautifully. Last time it made a move, actually, from here, it went from 8 to 50. So history may repeat itself, guys. And so now what you got right here is, hold on, is volume. Volume came in and sent that baby. Look what's coming in now, dudes. Okay, this is FOMO, fear, crazy volume. This is normal, controlled, cool volume. Difference, okay? So what you have here is, check this baby out. You ready? Chair lifting up. Look at that. This quite dip. So now you're kind of like in there. And if I switch to the weekly, boom. So you go to a different time frame. Look at this baby, could stay in for a long time. So you got a beautiful chair lift. Everyone's in line. The chair, everyone's sitting there. We're cruising. Right here, you are off and you are skiing, dude. Look at the parabolic. As soon as you go to the right like this, now you're like table grind. You're on like a tabletop sliding across. As you come down, you'll pick up speed coming into 80%. You want it to pick up speed and be careful because you may come right back up and do a launch right off there as she continues higher and higher. Just got to monitor the 80%.
Mm-hmm.
This thing could continue. You don't know how high it can go. So you take all the emotion out of your trading into the rail grind and play it like a champion. That's how I do it.
How much does this go for per share?
Bocht is 820. So Bocht is this one, and this is called EQNX. They do banking for cryptocurrency. EQOS is my new swing pick at $1.85. Let me show you.
Kind of like that Silvergate or something. They're bankers for the crypto too, silver something.
Yeah, let me show you my newsletter that went out on Sunday, Monday.
Sure.
So this is Sunday right here. This is one company called Shrax, which does commercial service advertising for the crypto industry, bro. So keep an eye on Shrax, okay? Look at the cup and handle. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you some beautiness on this, okay? Guys, let me show you why companies work, okay? Look, cup and handle. You have a 71 relative strength. That's good. But look at 4 quarters ago, 100% and 315. 999% increase in earnings. 500% increase in earnings, 200% increase in earnings. Analysts are increasing estimates on earnings next year for this company to go from a loss of 55 cents to a gain of 34 cents. That is a 10x increase in their earnings per share. And the analysts have increased estimates with a 26 million float and 8% owned by mutual funds. This stock is headed above 729, guys. This is the banging at 650 right here. Keep an eye on it. It's called Shrax, S-R-A-X, social reality it's called. Social reality. Now look at this one, EQ. They are a digital asset financial services and advisory company delivering cryptocurrency and digital assets. Take a look at this badass. This thing has a 7.4 million float, 11% owned by mutual funds. Perfect little company, nice fund ownership, going increase earnings estimates right here for next year from this year. So they're increasing estimates. So the next couple of quarters should be beautiful. And I picked it right here to go through $2. It's been to 7 and 706 on the last run, high 964 right there. EQOS. Just like the box. So these are like high growth companies, guys. And that's what I look for.
All right, let's take a look at Home Depot, which is a growth company if you bought it in 1979.
Sure is, but it's a good dividend and it's a good stock to do covered call writing on.
I had a big drop, 420 down to 340. Yeah. Is 340 done?
Yeah, 340s looks like it's holding this level nicely. This is what all the other stocks we were looking at to say teeter-tottering, which way it could go. It'll follow Home Depot's trail. Home Depot already made the move. So here is Apple right here. Apple had this top that we called that it will never go through. Everything right up here. Remember I drew that? And Apple's right here. Which way could it go? Go 20 points this way or drop 20 points this way? There it is. Look at this magnificent gapping huge drop right there. So this right here is your auto close. Watch. So this right here, people are betting. People are wrong right here, adding to the position right here on the green. Next day, wrong. This day, margin call in the beginning of the day. Margin call at the end of the day. See the wick? You lost your stock there. Closed at the third day, they took your stock. Now you have no shares left because you're a trader on margin. You just got auto closed right there. When they take your shares and then it goes right back up, that's exactly what happened right there. Happens to all the traders. So don't worry if that was you. It happens to everybody. What's the next one?
But what's your call on Home Depot? I mean, is
I
340
like
going to
it.
be the low and
I
it's going
saw
to
your
matriculate
covered
back
call.
up, or you don't trust
I'd buy
it, or what?
1,000 shares and I'd sell a $360 covered call and collect premium.
All right.
Put
So
your
you think
stop
there's really
right
not that
here.
much upside to it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's not
No,
not
'cause
really much
you know, you
upside.
when a stock goes from 420 down to 340, that's not the time for writing calls if you think it's going back up, obviously.
Stop.
Yeah.
So if it's staying the same, I would stay here to here in this box.
There you go. So that's
And
your opinion.
there you go.
There you go. All right.
What you gonna
Because
do?
people probably want to know, how do you actually feel about this thing? And basically, if you're writing calls on it, you think the upside is going to be muted.
Yeah, you're going to be triangling. It's a great opportunity to sit and just collect premium and it'll hold your stock right in here. That's all.
But not
you're
if you
gonna
think it's at the bottom and it's going back to 400.
even if it's going back to 400, it's not when I mean, this is a 2 week to a month strategy when you sell covered calls against your shares. I mean, to think this is not a growth stock. It ain't going back to 400 right here. Let me just say something. These people right here are so burned. They can't wait for it to come back. Everybody in here is praying it comes back. Everyone who owns it at 380 is going to sell as soon as they're break even.
Okay.
Everybody who owns it here is going to sell as soon as they're break even.
I'm with
So
you.
if every time it goes up, you think everybody's going to sell when they're break even, I wouldn't be buying it for any upside room.
Because you think there's overhead supply basically coming from these people that got stuck.
Totally.
All right, let's turn to Coinbase. Everybody talks about Coinbase. Used to be 360, went down to 175.
I love
And
it.
now we're
Looks
at
pretty good.
208.
Looks pretty damn good to me right here. Let me show you what we got. We got a nice little cup and handle down here in a perfect formation. We come right up here on the daily, heading up into 80%. As soon as it do that, I try to switch over to the weekly and ride this baby up into the 80 percentile and see how long she could stay there. Because look what happens. We're right here right now. So we're 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, boop, 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 boop. We're right here. We're heading towards it. Look what happened last time. Here, 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 here. We went up about right here. We didn't finish till about right here. That is a big move, dudes. This thing went from 230 to 330 in rail grind, right up through STO, right up here and ended right there. Same move right here. See it? Telling you it's doing it. All right, what's the next one? Dude, I'm good at these. I should replace Jim Cramer. I bang through these like.
You know, the other thing is right now you'd say 240 might be a target if it gets going, huh?
Yeah, right through 250 mini Heinz escalate. I'd add.
And then there could be some
240,
there could be some overhead supply at that around that area.
Yeah, it would try to test 281.
That's a pretty good run from 208. So that's something to look
Sure
at.
is. Sure is.
You know, I looked at some of the 13D filings from these guys, and some people were dumping Visa and Mastercard. This is Mastercard. Obviously, it's up today, but were they right to dump it?
Yeah, they know anything better than else. This looks like the other stock, Home Depot. That's not really going anywhere. I kind of see it filling in this down here. with Bank of America. I think we did Bank of America, did we? I think that didn't look good. The trend was going down like this. I don't know why this one was up here today, but I
Mhm.
see it coming in to fill up this triangle right here. So you're coming down to 310, 307 range, testing the
The
bottom down
competition
here.
into payment processing is not getting any lower.
No, and companies like BACT, B-A-K-T, and EQOS are stealing their customers.
Yeah. As well as PayPal and Zelle and all the rest of the ways they can do it.
Yep.
And then you got that buy now, pay later crowd at Affirm, you know.
Yeah, totally. They're all the DeFi space is totally changing.
We got MGI and MGI.
I traded that today.
is
MGI was
MoneyGram. That's supposed to be a pretty good one.
well, MGI was my swing pick. If you don't mind me showing you when I picked it as a swing pick and what it looked
Sure.
like before it's at $10, that would be most pleasurable.
What happened today? Do you know anything that made it pop?
Yeah, I have it as a swing pick. It's a Mojo swing pick.
Mm-hmm.
So when everything's a Mojo swing pick, they do things like that. We went over it this morning. If you don't mind, let me just show you right here. This is what MoneyGram looked like when I picked it at $3.36. Same thing, same chart I show you guys always. This is why it's beneficial to be in my swing trading newsletter, guys, and take my swing trading course, which is how to make money in stocks. Let me show you. CANSLIM. You ready? The C, current earnings per share. They're going to go from a loss of 21 to a loss of 09. That's 100% increase in my book, with analysts increasing estimates for the next 2 years. 63 million in the float right there, which is the shares outstanding. So I got the C, I got the A, I got the S. The institutions of 15%. I got the I, which is the institutions. The L, the leader. It's an A rated in the group. Got the leader. 93 relative strength. It's better than 93% of the stocks in the entire market at 360. So I got the leader and the market momentum. They're a global payment system, and I picked it in 2020 because I knew Mojo's always ahead of its time, that MoneyGram was going to be merging and doing a private label with Ripple, the cross-border payment platform, which they already did, which is called Zelle. At your bank is not Zelle, it's Ripple. It's RIPPL, Ripple, the cryptocurrency, which is a banking crypto, which is specifically made for cross-border international movement of money instantaneously and very fast. So when you want to go to MoneyGram and send your brother in Puerto Rico $100, it's going to cost you $120, and he ain't getting it for a freaking hour. Now you can go on Ripple, boom, send it. They've private labeled their technology for banks and institutions, and that's what's happening now with MoneyGram. You're going to be able to use and move money very quickly and very cheaply. That's why
they also got a letter from one of their major shareholders saying they approve of this takeover by Madison Dearborn at $11 a share. So
yeah,
there's a very good reason why it's at 11. They got a takeout order at 11, and some of their big shareholders are backing it. So
you got to get in growth stocks like that have the capability that get bought out when they grow up and they do these kind of earnings, man, and growth for sure.
So the next one on the list here is UNH, which is your United Healthcare.
Yeah.
A behemoth. That's what they are.
Doesn't look like it's doing much. It's got a cup and handle.
There's a lot of stocks that look like this, which means they had a rally, they're pulling back, and people think that the pullback's over and it's going to go attack that high. Basically, a lot of the chart patterns look like that.
Yeah, the trend's down. It can't attack the high when the stochastics are down under 20%.
Right.
It chases the high when the stochastics chairlift up and they trend to 80%. Look here, chairlift, 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 up into the rail right here. It ended the rail right there on that red bar. That's a move that you want to play on the upside.
Yeah.
Not coming through here, right at here. You don't want to play the stock to the upside. Look what happened. You want to wait till it's down here and it starts to come back up. And that's what you got to wait for, man. Otherwise, there are no buys. You can say, hi, United Healthcare next. What's the next one?
Main Street Capital, another one with pretty relatively light volume, 255,000 shares. Main Street Capital.
Yeah, $42. Looks exactly like UNH and all these other ones. It took a dramatic big time drop, which I'm surprised right here. It came back as much, but it did. If I was in it, it would still be down here, bro. You know, I buy it right here. You get destroyed. I mean, caballished. I'd still be down here, but since I don't own the stock, it actually rallied back up a little bit. I'm surprised it is back here and not down here. It's very weak and a very bad stock. I wouldn't do it for I wouldn't touch it for any sliced bread given to me. It's
well,
so bad.
they're in the industry of private equity and debt capital solutions. And maybe in this environment where companies have a lot of money, interest rates are very low, it's hard to find great deals. And that might be one of the reasons why it's not doing too much.
That move from 45 to 39 in 3 days, you stepped in shit and then you fell in quicksand. There ain't no rescue for you, dude. You want to go back and at it again? There's another piece of shit in front of you and another pile of quicksand with a bear trap in front of that, dude. So that's how I look at it. What's next?
Next one's oil servicing. It got kind of volatile, but then they came back up at the end of the day, I guess, and did a pretty good job. I think this is your Schlumbergers and your Halliburtons and guys like that.
I'm big in the oil space right now. Last week I just sold. That's what this rally, I caught it all with my oil stocks. You know how I caught that rally? Let me give your audience some golden nugget information. I use this database called MarketSmith right here. MarketSmith, see it?
Uh-huh.
It ranks industry groups from 1 to 174. And when you sort by industry group, it ranks them 6 months ago. Let me just show you.
You give an example.
I'm giving such golden nuggets. It's like, I'll do it because that's what Mojo likes to do. Share the knowledge. Watch. Let me go view large icons. Okay. I'll show you. Sort by date. Okay, so these were my industry groups on January 30th. Let me show you why I was so accurate. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Watch. So this is the industry group ranking. I take the top, you see them, industry group, the top 17 industry groups. 6 months ago, it was 6th, then 20th, 117, 67th, and now 2nd. There's 3 stocks in the group, but what's moving is oil and gas, oil and gas, oil and gas, oil and gas, oil and gas. See them all in the green?
Uh-huh.
Yep, look, went from 90th to 15th. It
and
went
look
from
at retail. Look at retail and
6.
super mini markets are coming on too. And you know, this guy Tepper's 13D says in the fourth quarter he picked up a lot of retailers.
That's why, dude, because that's Tepper right there. This is what the money managers, banks, mutual funds, and institutions do. This is what I do. This is why I'm in the best picks week after week, month after month. If you're not in the banks right now, dude, look, banks, banks, right? If you're not in the banks, you're missing them. The banks are doing good. Whenever the banks go in the top 25, it means the markets are trending down and there's going to be an imminent continuation because money's flowing into banks. I've been in the markets for 30 years. I see exactly what's happening. See the transportation ship? That's my top ship stock. I bought it at 70 cents. It's moving up from 21 to 12 to 7. There's 28 stocks in that group. This is how I do it. That's why I'm only in oil and gas on January 30th, because that's the industry that's moving that week. You follow?
Yeah, building supplies, materials are also coming on big.
I know you guys owe me a lot for sharing that knowledge right there. That's golden alpha of alpha of alpha. It doesn't matter if you've got the best coal stock or the best sporting goods stock. If they're not ranked in the top 10 industry groups in favor, it ain't doing anything that week, brother.
Right.
Or that week and a half, or that month, or that 2 months. If you're not in the top 25 industry groups, you are not going to make money in the market, because those stocks, the banks, mutual funds, and institutions will put money into those stocks every 3 months as the quarterly earnings continue to come out. So it's their job to keep on adding to the position.
Now that was issued by Investor Business Daily, wasn't it? Or was that your internal work?
Yeah, that's by Investors Business Daily. If you guys go to my website, which is mojodaytrading.com, or go to my Twitter, ProTrader Mike on Twitter, I have 61,000 followers, so you go to the right one. I have right here, revealed secret hedge fund strategies used by top hedge funds. This webinar right here, please go take it, click on this, go register. It starts in 15 minutes. It's my replay of the one last week. Sign up for the service. You get 6 months of the Mojo Swing Trading newsletter, 6 months of the Mojo Day Trading chat room, and the Mojo University Swing Trading Masterclass that'll teach you everything that I know about the Ken Slim system and swing trading. And right here, I like put this out right here. I did really good on these picks. Look, there's you guys, analyze your trades. See the banner I made? Nice. I like that. I like
Looks
that.
good.
Guys, if you've ever attended webinars where educators are talking about topic, where you want to learn about your stocks, you did today. I told you exactly what I think is going to happen to them. If you don't like what I think is going to happen, let me hear your opinion. Put it in the comments. I'd love to speak back and forth with you. But this was my BOC yesterday, guys. See, on February 14th, Valiance Bank closes BOC to offer access to crypto. Nice. Nice. And there you go, guys. So that's the Mojo way. I sent out 5 crypto picks. Subscribe to this newsletter above. Look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, over 3,000. Now Ethereum is 3,100. I put out this newsletter right here. 5 new crypto picks based on my Heinz trading system. This is how you buy. If it goes higher, if it goes lower or the same, you buy 3 times. I like Ethereum, 28.84. I like Solana at 95, 105 now. I like crypto.com at 47. Clayton, $1.18. Tezos, 412. If you want that newsletter, subscribe right there. It's on my Twitter, guys. Right? That's called the review newsletter. It's free.
And how does your trading room work each day?
Each day, everybody comes into the Mojo Day Trading Room on Discord. Links right there in the description on my Twitter. So everybody comes in here and you start off as what I call a pro trader on the bottom. So I give you the pro trader label. You take my day trading course and we all come in right here in the stock trading pit and we trade every single morning as a team. Everybody listens to me on live chat. So right here, I say, hi, everybody. It's ProTrader Mike. I click right there. Hey, everybody. ProTrader Mike. How you doing? And the OG Pro Traders have been on subscription. The sub is 100. This guy's joining right now, which is Captain Planet. He's joining right now, and he's paying $149 a month right here for the combo pack. He's going to get the swing trading newsletter and the day trade chat room. The OG Pro Traders have been on subscription 5 years to 10 years. I've been in business for 10 years for these guys. OG Hopper, 10 years, Bo 7, Batman 7, Bama 8, JC 8, Kent 9 years with me, Mar 6, Mouse 6, Tugs 6. Master Pro Traders are between 3 to 5 years on subscription. I have a couple of dozen of those in the room. Everybody leaves for the day after 10:30. And then I've got the Pro Traders underneath them. They're on subscription between 1 to 3 years.
That is all on Eastern time?
Eastern time. So we start at 9 o'clock. We start at 9 o'clock every morning. I do my Mojo show. By 9:45, by 10 o'clock every morning, we are done. Every morning by 10 o'clock. And today was this big one. So we were done on SPC at 11:35. I drew this for the day. It was a skyrocket through 9, through 10, went to 1072. This was our big pick for the day. ProTrader Mike made 2,579 in the room on it. We cranked out, which was called SPCE, biggest winner of the day. And if you could see, it's exactly what I told you, dudes. Look, chair lifted up into rail grind, stayed above 80% the whole way. And look at that move, bro. From 9 to 1070 in the Mojo room. And that's what we do.
Now you're basically buying and selling stocks, though. You don't do anything with the options.
Nope, don't do nothing with the options. See, SPC Heinz 10 sold at 1070. My first Heinz trade on my real account. I absolutely love this room. My third day here. Thank you.
Can you explain the Heinz thing? I didn't get that.
Yeah, let me show you what that is. That's right here.
Yeah.
And
every time I look at it, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm looking at
10,000 of them in a row, bro. I've achieved 5,000 in a row from 2013 to 14. From 2014 to 16, we increased it to 10,000 consecutive trades in a row that worked without losing. The Heinz trade, once a stock approaches the whole number at 90 cents, there's a 90% chance it's going to work and go through the even number. At 95 cents, there's a 95% chance. And at 98 cents or $98 or $2.98, it's going through 300. 198 going through 200. 1598 going through 16. 498 going through 5. 98 cents going through $1. That's what I do because it works every time. Anything else you do is gambling. So what I do is it's like a bottle of ketchup. It moves slow in anticipation. The 90 cents to the dollar doesn't work too fast. Slow. You got to hit it a couple times. So I scale in. I buy 100 shares at 90. Then I buy 200 shares at 95. And then I buy 700 shares at 98. I'm in for 1,000, and that thing goes through every time. My challenge to my students and to you is to show me a Heinz trade that doesn't work. It works every time, and it has to have these 3 characteristics. And if it does, you'll do it every time right here.
What are those 3 characteristics again?
Here it is. And number 1 is the Heinz trade must be at 98 cents for a Heinz. It's a 1 push market order for the trade. So at any 98 interval, you push market order, you're in. At 90 cents, you monitor it with no trade. At 95, there's a 95% chance. At 98, you push the order. You sell half through 0409. If it touches 11, it's going to go right to 19 to the 44, which is the top range. It cannot be a red stock, and it cannot come from too far away on Heinz, and it must be trading volume. So if you wanted to
now, this is a strategy for penny stocks.
It's for every stock in the market. Okay. If it's at 100, you want to buy it at 99.
Oh, okay.
So how could that be? If you, at a 200, you want to buy it at 199, it's going to go through 200 and go right to 210. At 299, it's going to go through 300 and go to 310. If it touches 311, it's going to go right to 320. The fastest 10 cents in the entire ladder is going from 311 to 19 and down from 19 back to 11. Out of any dime in the ladder, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 70 to 80, the 10 cents from 15 to 16, the dollar, or 51 to 52, or 100 to 101. The fastest dime is 11 to 19. It's like a hot knife through butter. You look at it and all of a sudden it's from 10 to 20.
And then you just change it for the price of the stock?
No, then it goes to 44. So
Mhm.
out of $1 move, listen, from 15 to 16 as an example, I'll
Right.
buy it at 14.90. It goes through 15.
Right.
I'll ride it up to 15.44. I'm flat. 8 out of 10 times it's going to go lower. So I did good. But if it goes higher, dude, I'll buy it back at 48 and 49 for the mini 50. I'll ride that to 94 and I'll sell it all completely because 8 out of 10 times it's going to go lower. But if it goes higher at 98, 99, I'll retrade it again through Heinz. So out of every dollar move, I'm only missing 8 cents from 44 to 48 and 94 to 98. Otherwise, I'm in the whole dollar on every move, whether it goes 15, 16, 17, 18, it can keep on going. It doesn't matter.
Well, as we get to the top of the hour, there's a lot on the menu here, Mike. So again, give a little review on what's on the menu, and again, how to get into your restaurant and find out exactly what'll work for these people or what they're interested in. Or what
Yeah,
they're
I
not
would just tell the
interested
people to go to my Twitter, ProTrader_Mike, the one that has 64,000. Check out my link tree. It has all of my social media and all my assets. But right here on my pin tweet is this reserve your spot. Go and check out my webinar. I'm giving 6 months free, not 6 months. It's a value add bundle where you get 6 months of the Mojo Day Trading chat room, 6 months of the Mojo Swing Trading newsletter, and my swing trading course for $897. It's an amazing deal. Everybody should go check that out. And that's what I got to give to everybody. So thank you for having me on the show. Anybody has any questions, my email is mojodaytrading@gmail.com. I look forward to paying it forward and helping everybody, guys.
Yeah, there are a lot of people do have questions. They were asking about reds. What does the red mean and all that? So they can all contact you and ask those questions when they do. And of course, you can go over the fine print on all this stuff as well. And make
What's a red? A red stock is when you look at it and it's red. So like if I looked at UVXY, it's down $2.07. It's red. QQQ is up $8.10. It's green. That's all it is. Red and green.
I got you. So it's basically on what the bars are.
Yeah, it's not what the bar. I don't look at charts. I look at the level 2 and what the price is. So if the price is red, it's red, dude.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And that industry analysis is something that might be interesting to some people, even if they didn't want to do a lot of active trading. It could at least direct them to a sector that looks like it might have promise in the months ahead.
That's what the banks, if you want to trade like the banks, mutual funds, and institutions, like a professional trader and have your account reflect that, that's what you need to do. I teach it all in my swing trading course. Become a master pro trader. You'll do the best you can because the best is available. And when that's available, you use it. So that's what I got to end on. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much for being here. And of course, people know how to get a hold of you. David has the contact information up there. As
Peace,
far
guys.
as Option Professor is concerned, we do have 5 different PDF reports that cover a whole bunch of things, but the one that's most popular is the one where we talk about the option strategies that are available that can use for different environments, and also the top sectors and the top stocks in the sectors, in our opinion, and the best way to go as far as those are concerned. So you go to optionprofessor.com and then basically put your information in, and we'll tell you exactly how to get that PDF report, which obviously we spend a lot of time on, we think has a lot of value. Again, thanks a lot, Mike, for being here. A lot of stuff to go over. So these people should get a hold of you and get the full disclosures on everything. And we're going to send it back to David. Again, thanks for being here, everybody, and good luck and good trading. And David's going to take over now.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, lots of good info today. So just a quick reminder for everyone, be sure to subscribe to Timing Research on YouTube and your favorite podcast app to get instant updates when I post new videos. Also, you can just go to TimingResearch.com and you'll see a post at the top of the page right now. That'll become the archive for this event as soon as I can get everything processed and posted. Also, you can find any of the past events or shows there as well. You just scroll back and see the posts for the previous events. And you can review those at any time. So just want to thank my guests again for today, ProTrader Mike of MojoDayTrading.com and the option professor of optionprofessor.com. Thanks, everyone.